Scott Golden Opportunities Coaching, and the at PO Perception Twitter account. And this is the YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about what it takes to be the best. The illusion of competition causes people to want to be the best. But what does it take to be the best in the world at something? What does it take to be the best? The answer is dedication, commitment, a willingness to learn, a willingness to grow, a willingness to expand, a willingness to study those who have come before and make something your own. You see, ultimately, you can't be the best at something if you're trying to copy someone else, because you'll come off as just that, a carbon copy of what other people need for you to be in order to see you in the same light. You must be willing to expand your mind. You must be willing to master your emotion. You must be willing to understand that the best is your best magnified. The illusion that there is somebody who is perfect at everything is something that will steal your joy and rob your progress if you allow it to, but the reality that you are the best version of yourself each and every day that you commit to the process of progress. That is the best way to know once and for all that you can be the best. The recipe of your focus, matched with your self-talk, matched with your actions, and then matched with the study of others who are doing similar things, so as to draw inspiration, so as to draw ingenuity, so as to draw a willingness to expand beyond what you believe is possible, and to realize that there is value in every idea. Emotional mastery is required to be your best, the best. Emotional mastery is required to be the best because if you do not know how to control the emotional state you are in, you will struggle to accomplish anything. It doesn't mean not to have emotion. Much to the contrary, make room for all emotions, the positive, the negative, the neutral, the progressive, and the non-progressive. Not because there's one right way to be, but because you can, in that moment, when you have the negative emotions, learn from them and grow from them just as you can through the positive. Having the fuel of fire to be uncomfortable can often be just the thing you need in order to inspire you to another set of action, to another set of process. And also, the best is the best of you and then shared with the world. Knowledge of your value, knowing your value, understanding that value, and then bringing it to the world. Don't look for approval, look for progress. Don't look for acceptance, look for accomplishment. And the act of accomplishment should be something that you look to on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis. You can take your pain and turn it into a purpose. You must repurpose anything that you believe is holding you back. You must be able to find a way to share with the world your own value. If you truly want to be the best, do not use critics as anything other than fuel for the fire. Learn from your critics. Know that they have value in what they say from the standpoint of pointing out things that aren't working. But don't take heart to the criticisms that they give as the definitions of your identity or as a definition of yourself. Instead, focus on that progress mindset that says you can learn, grow, develop, and get to a better and more valuable place. Be sure to make equal time for progress and rest, because if you are well rested, then when you are working smarter, you will be able to control the energy that's going into everything that you do. You don't have to run yourself into the ground working hard if you work smart. The concept of hard work is useful for some. The concept of smart work is useful for all. And how do you work smartly? How do you work intelligently? And that answer is study everything you can about who you're becoming. Be willing to be humble, yet filled with accomplishment and pride of the things that you do. It is all about balance. Don't be so humble that you let other people devalue you, but be humble enough to understand that you always have something you can learn, a new way to grow, a new way to continue to be at your best in every conceivable fashion. When you begin to understand the value of all that you do through the expectation that it is a really amazing place to be, you then will understand that your value is adding to the world. Be willing, if you want to be at your best, to seek ways to serve, to seek ways to be of service, to seek ways to be of assistance. Add value wherever you go with the knowledge and truth that the value you add will help you get where you want to be. The value you add will help you get where you want to be from the place and understanding that you and only you have the ability to own your place in the world. Get rid of the illusion of competition from your mindset completely. Instead, compete only with what is your best and improve upon it every day. Do not worry what other people are doing more than you worry about what you can do. Make every shot you take, every conversation you have, matter more than the last. Realize that you have the ability to be influential. Value relationships more than you value leverage, because when you build relationships, you gain leverage. The more people are willing to speak for you, the more you will be able to influence others who may not even know you exist. If you want to be at your best, also ignore the negativity in the traditionalized media. Ignore the things that take you to a place of darkness. Now, that's not to say don't listen to them, but don't focus on them. Own your focus. Change your state. Be physically active and mentally alert and aware. There are millions of things every day that can steal your focus. Be aware that you and you alone can choose your thoughts, and thus you can choose the things you link to them. The human mind is a series of patterned linking thoughts that lead us to actions. So if you don't like the way you feel in a given moment, give yourself permission to move beyond it and give yourself permission to get to another place in order to be at a better view within yourself. Give yourself time to grieve anything that doesn't go according to plan. Give that grieving aspect enough time to be successful, but not enough time to become an obsession or to steal your joy or progress. Move past emotions that aren't serving you well, because it requires you to begin to see the need for motion. Focus more on motion than you do on outcome. When you begin to understand that every action you take has value, you will be at your best. Practice the fundamentals of things you can repeat often, but do not repeat things that don't lead to progress. Rather than focusing on a relationship or a situation that is not working, put more energy into that which is working and expand it, and make room and let go of things that do not work towards the things that you desire to accomplish. Sometimes you have to be willing to let go of people who aren't in line with your success to meet your own best level or next level. Don't get distracted by mindless tasks. Things like social media, television, or gossip can lead you away from becoming the person you desire to be very quickly. The way they lead you away is truly quite simple. When you begin to focus on what isn't working, when you begin to focus on things that don't require you to be actively engaged, you lose progress. Every moment is a moment of progress or loss. When you don't make progress in a moment, you are losing your alignment with that which you can get after. Hustle and work to create progress, but don't expect so much of yourself that things become or feel too high. Things become or feel too out of alignment. When you begin to feel overwhelmed, break things down into smaller segments. Chunk things down into manageable bits. When you feel you cannot manage your life, it is time to reestablish your why. Understand that your why creates the reality of what you are trying to achieve. When you don't have a compelling relationship with your why, you will align yourself with chances to fail or fall short or become disappointed. Always focus on the ability to growth and always focus on new ways to do old tasks. If you can become more efficient, seek that. If you can become more focused, seek that. If you can become more joyful, abandon all and get to that, because from joy comes energy of expansion and growth, and everything that you have and everything that you need does require you to be joyful in all things. Work with a coach, work with a minister, work with somebody who makes you feel that you are capable. Do not focus on those who tell you what is wrong with you. Take their advisement and see if there's validity to the claims that they make, but then keep going. Never let your dreamer die. And a matter of fact, accept that in order to be at your best, sometimes the level of your focus will cause people to be critical of your emotional state, your mental state, or your drive. As long as you believe that you are in balance, as long as you believe that you are taking time for yourself, do not let others tell you what is possible. Do not let other people become the definition of your identity. Do not let relationships become the only or key point to your happiness. Instead, your happiness should expand because of the relationships in your life, but not to the exclusion of being happy within yourself in order to achieve true fulfillment. If you want to be at your best, do not worry about those who are involved in things that cause division. Avoid political, religious, or other debates, because these debates will not have resolution. Even if one takes on the conversation, the opinions of others are hard to sway in these areas. Instead, focus on things that one can progress. One-to-one and intimate relationships of conversation matter. Use more opportunities to deal with people face to face than through technology. If you want to be at your best, you must be able to understand the needs of others at the moment's notice and at the drop of a hat. When you understand a person's needs, you can be of service. When you are of service, people will see your value and be willing to connect you with others. Understand that your level of influence never wavers in any given moment, so choose your words carefully. Think before you speak, think before you act, but don't think so long that you are paralyzed by indecision. Instead, focus on what you want to accomplish, and even when you feel overwhelmed, start to go backwards in your mind to the last point or thought at which you felt powerful. When you can reestablish your personal power, act from that place. When you do not believe that you have any power left, take time for meditation, prayer, or any other connection with a source greater than yourself. If you do not believe in a source greater than yourself, believe in something, even if it's a form of entertainment or artistic expression, that you give credit as a creative force. When you believe in that creative force and can feel the energy of it impacting you in a positive way, you will then begin to have the ability to move forward once again. When you understand the value of every moment, you will also see that to be your best is a lifetime journey. It is a lifetime goal and aspiration. It never ends but always continues. It never ceases to be the center of your focus. You can control the impact you have on the world, but you must accept one thing. Exactly where you are right now is the best of you in this moment. You can always strive to make your best better, but let go of the past and any regret that causes you to believe you have somehow failed. The fear of failure, as well as the preoccupation with failure, has killed more dreams than anything else in the world. More than anything, I encourage you, like, subscribe, comment on this video. What are you trying to be the best at in your life? Answer in the comments below. And I encourage you to, once we get to 100 subscribers, we're giving away a $350 value, a 1-month coaching package with me, Scott Golden, Golden Opportunities Coaching. I remind you once again, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.